After having about a week now, how's the duo of, Bridges and Shepard doing out there in practice?
Tony and T doing a good job. Still both of them still learning the defense. But I tell you, they're competing, still making mistakes, but also at the same time making plays. Just got to continue to bring them along and get with them in the film room and get them to the point where they're not thinking. But both of them are definitely what we need, size-wise, speed-wise, and they're gonna help the football team. So I'm pleased with them.
Are you seeing more consistency?
Yes, I am. The spring helped Tony a lot, and T. This is T's second year here, so he's been in the defense. So he's ahead of Tony. Communication is great. With his hearing, he's doing a great job communicating. With the safeties and things like that. So we're not perfect, but we are more consistent.
Coach Werner seems to think that they're covering just a little bit longer. Have you noticed that? Are they doing a little bit better job against these wide receivers?
It depends on the day. Today we didn't. Today we didn't do a good job, but for the most part, we do have some good battles out there on the perimeter with the DBs and the wideouts, and the wideouts make us better. Both of those guys, they're physical. They're long, so when the ball's up in the air, they can go up and challenge the fades. And you're going against guys like Laquan and Stringfellow, the big wideouts that try to use their bodies a lot. Those guys can they can match up and handle the big wide receivers trying to big boy them and things like that.
What are you seeing from Laquan in terms of just plant and cut and just being out there again?
To me, he's back to his old self. He goes. He had had a heck of a catch today on the sideline. Kendarius had great coverage, and he went up and got it and made a great play. And he's been making plays like that the entire camp. And he's worked his tail off to get himself back in shape.
Has he been hit yet?
He has. We're trying to stay up, trying to take care of each other, but of course, DB's driving down, trying to make a play on the ball. So we've had some collisions. He's been on the ground. He'll pop back up, talk trash, and get ready for the next play. So he's definitely back to his old self.
Is Kendarius making that jump from year 1 to year 2? Are you seeing that?
Oh, Kendarius, he's having a great camp. He's having a great camp. He's made some plays, so he's doing a great job. So with Kendarius, T, and Tony, those three will be rolling.
How about Kalo?
And helping everybody stay fresh. Kalo's having a good camp. Kalo, he's worked hard this off season, and he's really bought in. And now it's his second year playing defense. He understands what we're doing. Still makes mistakes from time to time, but think about it. Once you correct a mistake, usually he doesn't make it again. And Kalo's doing a great job. So I'm looking forward to him. He's going to help us out this year.
Carlos.
Carlos is doing good. Carlos is 5'9", but he'll fight you now. He has those wide outs. He has a little chip on his shoulder. He'll go out there and he'll compete with them and things like that. So right now, I have 5 guys that I'm pleased with, and in practice we'll go to the first team and the second team, and between those 5, they pretty much just roll it on their own. And so I have 5 that, as long as we continue to progress and continue to get better, I'm pleased with them.
It almost goes without saying, but having your guys in practice norm going up against guys like Laquan and DeMoria, those big physical wideouts, what kind of luxury does that provide? That's what you face every day in practice, kind of.
Oh, it makes you better. It makes you better because in this league you're going to see those wide receivers every week, and if you get a chance to go against big wide receivers every day in practice, then you'll be prepared, on game day. So it's definitely it's an advantage, and I think now we have the big corners that our wide receivers will see, and I think they understand it. The competition and going against each other. Iron sharpens iron, and that we're going to make each other better.
Sinquez had such an exceptional year with interceptions. Do you see these guys with similar anticipation and ball skills?
That's something we work hard on during the off season. Ball skills, we take a lot of wide receiver drills. We'll do them. We do ball drills every day, pre-practice, sometimes after practice. And for the most part, we have pretty good hands. We've got our hands on some balls this fall camp. Had a chance to make some interceptions and things like that. So, T, Kendarius, and Tony, hands are just as good as Sinque's. Carlos has good hands, and Kalo, his hands are okay. But if we had to rank him, he would be, the last one. But their hands is just as good. So if they have the opportunity to make the play, we should catch it.
Talk about, you got Custis and Julian?
Custis, Julian, and Ordway.
Ordway, yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
I see Custis, he came in, he was a corner. We needed one more guy at Husky. Played safety in high school, so we moved him to Husky. So he's in that transition phase, just trying to learn Husky and things like that. But
Okay, so you don't have him?
No.
Okay.
Don't have him, but now Jalen Julius, he was a wide receiver, moved him to corner. He's has the quickness, has the speed. Still, need the weight room, being a freshman. Still learning the defense a little bit. So he's gonna be able to help us, maybe a little bit behind. The guy that's the farthest ahead right now would be probably Ordway. He's doing a good job. He's starting to understand the defense a little bit more. Has the size that you want. Of course, not as strong as you want right now as a freshman. But he's ahead of those other two guys right now. But he's doing a good job.
Ordway